How are you guys all doing? I hope you're well. I just got done a Skype lesson and I ended up videotaping it, but I want to boil it down to cutting out some of the time where obviously like I'm asking the student questions and you guys can't really hear what's going on. We got very into harmonic minor, applying it, and actually the modes of harmonic minor. And the way that I view learning the quote-unquote modes of harmonic minor are the same way that I view learning and applying modes in general. So obviously we're doing harmonic minor. It's our natural minor with a raised seventh. And what we were really taking away from that particular scale is when you get to that fifth degree of the scale, that fifth flat sixth, and then the step and a half to the raised seventh is really what catches everybody's ear. And this student in particular. So then, since we were like diving super into modes for the last couple of weeks, there is a way that we can learn the modes of harmonic minor. All right, but that is not always, and I say this about modes in general, that is not the most musical way to look at it. It's great to look at it that way physically, something visual. It has a little bit more of a mathematical thing that I will explain why I think that. But now if we take it, let's just say A harmonic minor, right, is really our natural minor, our sixth mode with a raised seventh. Which means if we have, that's our sixth mode, B is our seventh mode, our Locrian. But instead of having a raised seventh, since we shifted, it would be Locrian with a raised sixth. Right? Technically, that's what you're playing here, right? But that's not really visually how, or I'm sorry, musically how to think of it. Now, if we keep going, so that was sixth mode with a raised seventh, seventh mode with a raised sixth, right? So that means now our Ionian with a raised fifth, right? Or Dorian with a raised four. You kind of see how that's happening, right? Phrygian with a raised three. Now that would be how you would learn the modes of harmonic minor. But I want to get a little bit more applicable. So the first one that we took was if I just have my A minor, E7 to A minor, I decided let's bring it up here, right? A minor, E7 to A minor. Now, where we are is in 12th position. So this is like our fifth degree in A harmonic minor, because we're still in A harmonic minor. The problem with learning this as our Phrygian with a raised third, right, is now when we're learning, especially like starting with the pentatonic and learning these modes, we're really focused on that starting note of the mode. So much, in fact, that when I say, all right, we're just going to do A minor, E7, A minor, but I want you to start up here in 12th position, the student will always go right for that. Oh, there, okay, got it. Right, there it is, and they start treating those as the root notes, which they're not the root notes. So I would rather you look at the harmonic minor differently and say, all right, this is my A minor, E7, my A minor, right? This is now my fifth degree of A harmonic minor. 5, flat 6, natural 7, right? 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, natural 7. Right? So now what you're doing is you're visually planning out all you're doing is you're just taking this natural minor scale, right? That's my root note now, but I'm also now raising the 7. Right? That is way more effective than just saying like, all right, I'm going to noodle around in a Phrygian and, raise my third. Or down here, if you take it this way, now we have, since this is I'm going to kind of keep going back through kind of some of this information that we were covering. We have our sixth natural minor with our raised seventh. So then we have our 7 Locrian with a raised sixth. Then we have a 1, right? That's our 1 because this is our sixth. Our relative major is C major, but it has a raised fifth, right? This throws a lot of people off just because in that position it is kind of difficult to right? I actually even missed the A anyway. So when I'm playing A minor to E7, and I do in no way am I thinking in any of that playing that, oh, well, because I'm in kind of floating around this eighth position, I'm actually thinking of a major scale with a raised fifth, right? I'm just thinking, all right, here's my A, so let me build an A minor. There, natural 7. My A minor here, natural 7 or natural 7. All right, cool. That's my flat 7. To continue my arpeggio, let's make it a natural 7. Right? That is what I'm thinking of. Now, if I know where all of my root notes are, root note, right? And I can do an entire arpeggio here. I take that arpeggio, right? And then I raise the 7th. Not that I would do a minor with a major 7 arpeggio, but to understand it visually, right? So then I have like my flat 3, 5, natural 7, 1, flat 3, 5, natural 7, 1, flat 3, right? That is now my 1, my flat 3, my 5, and then I have my my natural 7. All I need to do now is just add the 4. That's never that hard. And then figure out, well, if I have my 5, right? Wherever I get to that 5, I can add the flat 6 is really easy to find. That's super easy to find. Right? I already know where my natural 7s are. And my 1s, right? Adding a 2 right under the flat 3 is not hard at all either. Right? So now you're able to piece together the rest of that scale by knowing where the arpeggio is, because the notes aren't that far apart. Then what happens is your focus can be on the actual chord tones that you're playing rather than Phrygian, you know, with a raised third. So I hope that makes a little bit more sense when I'm thinking, like, if I were to jump right into you know, like kind of we said that I know that that's my 5 of my A minor. No, however I decide to play it, that's my 5. So my flat 6, right, and that's my 4. That's easy. So kind of doing 5, flat 6, 5, 4, flat 3 or flat 3, then my 2, back to my root note, natural 7. Not hard at all to make those jumps once I can visualize the actual chord tones that I'm playing. So now if I take that actual concept and move it into modes just in general, you know, and this is a long lesson, but I'm kind of liking the direction that we were taking it before me, this particular student. If I take that with modes in general, learning that in a harmonic minor sense is almost like training with weights on, like running with weights on, for just the